All right, Pro Dumpster Diver, what's going on? So what we're doing now is we're going to aerate our mixture, okay? So in the previous project, we put about 64 pounds of depopulated LCD boards into our mixture, okay? And it's been sitting there for about 2 months. And for those of you know in the previous video, when we actually check on the other experiment that we actually did the very next day, it wasn't fully done. So I'm going to show you guys something that I didn't quite get. Okay, so we're going to look at this and see if these are actually done. So I'm going to pull out one, and as you can see here, there's very little gold on it. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to pull out a long piece here. Here we go. All right, and we still have some gold on this. Now, if I move my hand on it, the gold goes away, right? You see this here? All of this is gold. And now that I'm touching it, it comes off. Okay? So what we need to do now is we need to aerate this a bit. We got to put some air inside of this. Yeah, see, now it's coming off that I've actually touched it. Now, it should already be off or be that close to if I pull it up by the water. All right, look at this here. All right, you see this? All of the gold is on the end of it. Now, if I touch it here, right, some of the gold still isn't coming off. So either the acid is a bit weak or it needs more time. Now, we have been using this acid in here for a very long time right now, I'll be honest. But what we're going to do is aerate it out. Okay? So when you air it out, what you're doing is you're taking the liquid out and you're taking your boards out. So what we're going to do is we actually have our piece here. And so we're going to kind of separate this here. And we're going to put our bucket here and another bucket here. And what we're going to do is we're going to pour the liquid out into one bucket. Okay, just like this. I'm using this because this is a lot easier right now than just using a measuring cup. I could use a pitcher or whatever, but it also allows me to see if there's any gold particles inside of this. Okay, so I'm not really seeing a lot of gold in this at all, even though I'm technically stirring it up. Now the liquid itself, as you can see, is actually all black. Okay, it's an all black liquid that is here. I'm not really seeing a lot of gold in this at all. Yeah, I'm not really seeing a lot of gold in this here. So we're going to take this, we're going to pour this out. Okay. Okay, now the good part is, what we're getting to is our boards. Now I'm going to pull up a few of these and look at them. Still got gold on it. See, it's coming off just like that. Some of it is coming off a bit. Yeah, it's coming off a bit. A little bit there. Yeah, it's coming off now. Yeah, it might still need time in the acid. And so, all right, here we go. Perfect example. Got gold pieces here. See, now it's coming off. I don't want to sit there and drain this out just because I have time, but I need to do the right thing, and I'm going to strengthen the acid a bit more. So I'm going to take our gold boards that are here, okay, and then what I'm going to do is I'm going to put them in this bucket. You know what? That's fine. That's what we're going to do. I'm going to take them out and put them in this bucket here. Okay. I just saw some SD cards in there from the previous video sitting in the bottom. So we're going to take our pieces here. Yeah, you see that? So it still has gold on it, but if I touch it, it comes off, right? So I'm going to let this sit in there for about another week or so right now, because we've had this in here for we haven't had this in there that long. It hasn't actually, I don't think it's been 2 months, okay? So what we're going to do is we're going to take our boards out. And what we're doing is we're just leaving them, letting them sit there, and then letting them air out. And then I'm going to end up taking the liquid that we have, and I'm going to pour that liquid off. And then what we're going to do is we are going to, once that's done, I'm going to check the boards as usual. And then we will see this. All right, so let's look at our pieces here. Gold on that. And gold is coming off by hand. I wanted some of it to actually be off a little bit easier. Yeah, see, now it's coming off that I'm touching it. You see that? And that's the problem. I wanted some of that to be off more, so we will air it out. Just because you think you want to do something doesn't mean you should. So we are going to air this out. Instead of me sitting here and draining it and then throwing away potential gold, which could be worth thousands of dollars in the future, we're not going to do that. We are going to air this out, which is the smart thing to officially do right now. All right, now another thing is if it gets too deep, I'm going to end up using plastic to get in there and drain all this liquid off that I can. I'm probably not going to see much gold in here at all, but it's fine. Okay. Yeah, this bucket is pretty deep right now, which is very good for me, that it's able to hold all of these boards in here as well. And as I'm looking at it, you could see the liquid. You can see some of the gold coming off here, some of the gold here. Yeah, that's not... I'm not liking that. Okay, yep, here we got some gold pieces, and then it comes off with my finger. So we're going to air this out all the way as best as we can, and then what we're going to end up doing is we're separating the... Woo! We had a lot of LCD boards in there, baby. Okay. Some of you are like, how much is in there? In here is about at least 86 pounds from the previous video we did, because we had 661 pounds in the beginning. And then while I'm airing this out, I'm going to actually end up airing out the other two gold pieces that we have there. There's a light air out and a heavy air out. All right, what we're doing is a heavy air out, where we're actually separating the liquid and the boards A light air out is where you just pour all the contents into one container, and I'll show you guys how to do that with the white bucket that I have, or the white sleeve right now. Yeah, perfect example. You see this? You guys see the gold here? Right? It's still, there's still gold attached. And look at that. As I touch it, it's still not off. It's still not coming off. Damn. All right. So what we're going to do actually is I'm going to make this easier. I'm going to pick this bucket up. I'm going to pour liquid in there and then put that stuff out. So I'm going to spray my hands with some water. Okay. So I'm going to spray my hands with some water. Okay, all right, so we got some liquid in here. We got our bars in there right now. Let me double check. Okay, so I'm gonna pick up this gray bucket and I'm gonna see how much of that liquid I can pour in there. If it gets too much, we will slow it down. Now, a portion of the liquid has actually been moved and taken up. So I'm going to see how heavy this bad. Yeah, it's pretty heavy. There's a lot of gallons in this. From the video we did, I got to find out how many gallons it took to make this mixture right now. I have to figure that out. I'm also going to take a video and put this up on, I'll take a picture and put it up on Facebook to see if I need to add a bit more of the acid right now. So we're going to see how much of this liquid we can get off. Being very careful. Oh, there's wind. There is wind. All right, no, this is too heavy. This is way heavy. This is very heavy right here. All right. It's very heavy. See, the second I say it's heavy, the wind dies down. Okay. Yeah, look at this. We still got gold on this, so it hasn't fully come off yet. And I can't be mad at that because that's just the way it is. I'm going to take up a bit more of this. Okay. All right, can I lift this now? Let me take a bit more acid out. Now, I may drain this acid completely and get rid of it. Yeah, I'm not really even seeing any gold in the acid at all, even though we're halfway down. Yeah, this is... All right, I'm going to try this one more time right now. 1, 2, 3. All right, baby. Woo! There we go, there we go, there we go. Keep going, keep going, keep going. Okay. All right. And that is how you do a good pour. Okay. Now, I'm going to take my glove off and I'm going to show you guys what we got with that. All right, so we have a bucket of our acid here. We have our LCD boards depopulated here, and we have the sticks in there. We can see them all the way down. And what I want to do is pick one of them to see if the gold is off. Here is an example. If I touch it, halfway coming off. Yeah, still needs more time. All right. So what we're going to do is I'm going to pour some new acid on top of this right here. And I'm going to pour that acid back in again to give it a little bit of a top. And we'll do it that way. All right. Now, oh, actually, you guys are actually right here. I'm at 15-minute mark. Actually, I was going to take some of the muriatic acid and hydrogen peroxide here and put it in. But then I do that, it's going to start smoking. And so I got to pour that in entirely. But then we also have to put our sticks back in. Remember that. All right. So what we're going to do is I'm going to pour new acid in here. I'm going to put our sticks back in. Actually, we're going to put our sticks back in, new acid, and then dump our chemical into it. All right. And then I'm going to come back with another vid. Grown-ups dive.